morning to all. Today, in this session, we will talk in detail about presentation skills. Well, I would like you to imagine a situation. Have you, at any point in your school, in your college, ever faced a situation like this wherein your teacher has asked you to give a good presentation on a particular topic in front of group of people? Well, what are the feeling you go to at the time? Do you feel challenged, anxious, nervous, or hiding into your bed and never coming out again? Well, if you go through such feelings, I would really urge you to watch this video, because in this video we are going to talk about how to give a beautiful and effective presentation. Well, let's get started. In this presentation, we will talk about what is the definition of presentation, what are the steps towards effective presentation, and how to structure the presentation to deliver it in an effective way, and how to conclude the presentation. If it is being asked to people what is presentation, number of time it happens that the people are having nightmare when it comes to give presentation in a room full of people. A number of time people feel nervous breakdown that they have to give presentation, and as a result they start feeling nervous, dizzy, and our hands start to feel shiver and sweating. Actually, the word presentation means a presentation is the process of presenting a topic to an audience. It is typically a demonstration, introduction, lecture, or speech meant to inform, persuade, inspire, motivate, or to build goodwill, or to present a new idea or product. The basic purpose of presenting a presentation on a particular topic is to inform. We give presentation to inform, we give presentation to inspire people to do something, and we give presentation to motivate other to do something or not to do something. What are the steps in making effective presentation? That can be categorized into these. First is strategy, second structure, third presentation skills, and fourth handling questions. The step 1 says formulating strategy. Here, first comes know the purpose of presentation. What for you are giving presentation? What is the aim that you want to achieve towards the end of your presentation? That should be very much clear to you and to your audience as well. Knowing the audience and their expectation. Who are their audience and what they are having expectation. Their expectation are to be fulfilled at the end of the presentation. Tailor your presentation according to the audience. What is your audience? Who are they? Where are they coming from? What is the language they are comfortable in? You should take care of all these things. Next, be concrete, specific, practical, and relevant. That is very important. Whatever the information you are giving, that should be concrete. It means it should be based on fact. That should be very much specific and related to the topic. Be clear about your objective. You need to be very much clear whether you are giving presentation to inform them something, or to instruct them, or to motivate them. Into three category. First will be introduction, second will be the main body, and third will be the conclusion. So now you will decide what to put in introduction, what to put in the middle of the presentation, and what to put in the end of the presentation. Don't assume it all that information will speak by itself. Audience might interpret information in different ways, so it is moral responsibility of the person who is delivering presentation to give all the information in a very crystal clear way. Think on how you can hold the attention. Nowadays, it is very difficult to keep the audience alive. So, just to have it, you can add some striking information. You can use humor. You can use any story. You can use your real life example so that your audience attention will remain alive. How can you justify the ideas? If you have gathered a good data, you have organized the material, but if you do not know how to justify that, that is a big question mark on your presentation. So you need to justify everything which you are saying in your presentation. Think before, think from your audience point of view. That is very important. The success of person who is giving presentation does not lie in how much knowledgeable he is, but actually it depends on that how convincing you are in front of your audience, how much your audience is getting from your presentation, how can you convince your audience. That is of utmost importance. Now, step number 3, that is presentation skills. It is rightly said, presentation style and self confidence are as important as the content of the presentation itself. The content of the presentation and the delivery of presentation is equally important, because if you have good content but you do not know how to present that in your or in front of your audience, then half of your failure depends on it. So it is very important that you have enough degree of self confidence in your presentation, and we have discussed the importance of self confidence in our previous video. Here, while delivering your presentation, you will keep the following things in your mind. First, you should be energetic. You should have enthusiasm about your presentation. If you are looking energetic, if you are looking enthusiastic while delivering your presentation, it will motivate your audience for sure. You should have positive body language. You should know how to stand, how to walk, how you will make an eye contact with your audience. That is very important. And equally important is voice modulation. You need to know where to take pause, where to put emphasis, so that your audience is getting your idea exactly as you want to deliver. Next, you should use humor appropriately and wherever it is needed, and you should be mindful of the negative gesture, because it happens sometime that your audience is not giving you favorable response which you are expecting from them. So how you will handle that, how you will handle those negative gesture, you need to have mastery on that as well. Handling question, that is step number 4, and that is very important. In this you can anticipate certain question and you can prepare their answer. You can ask thought provoking question as well, and you need to be very honest. If you do not know the answer of the question, be honest. Instead of giving wrong answer and instead of beating about the bush, it is better to be honest. Rehearse answer to difficult question. When you are anticipating question and you have certain difficult question for you, so you can rehearse the answer of the question, so when your audience is asking that, you are not taking enough time to answer those. Ask open-ended question. Next, control hijackers. You need to be smart enough to control hijacker, because in that way you are giving ample chance, equal opportunity to everybody to ask question to you. Obtain additional information, which we have discussed earlier also, that you need to have add certain additional information to keep your audience attention alive. Don't digress at all, and no argument please. Practice, practice and practice. The only thing which will give you mastery on presentation is the practice only. As it is rightly said, whenever we are doing practicing something, we will definitely have mastery on that. So practice makes a man perfect, and if you fail to prepare, be sure that you are prepared to fail. Presentation skill, when you are getting ready for presentation, you can keep the following things in the mind. Visit the presentation venue ahead. What is the locale where you are going to deliver presentation? You should visit the venue ahead so that you can make sure everything is working well there. Second, prepare and be confident. The confidence comes only when you are well prepared for your presentation. Understand audience and know their name. That is very important. You understand your audience and you address them by their name. Ensure all required equipment and tools available at venue. Suppose if you are giving PowerPoint presentation, then you are taking care that all the projector, LCD and everything which is required are in working mode. Dress for success. Dressing sense matter a lot, and dressing sense is what? It is only the sense of wearing the clothes as per the demand of the situation. So you are taking care of your dressing sense as well. Remember past successful things and relax. Next, keep the presentation title slide 5 minutes before the presentation, so that when everyone is coming at the locale, at the place of the presentation, they can have an eye on your presentation slide and they can have the idea that this is the topic on which you are going to speak. Presentation title should set the tone of the message, greet the audience and get introduced. That is also very important. First impression is the last impression. Whatever the impression you are making on them in the first meeting, they are going to carry that for a long. State your objective upfront, speak clearly and be audible. Keep energy up, because the moment your energy is down, automatically the energy of your audience will be down. Move around and gesture as appropriate. Never read the slide to the participants. PowerPoint presentation is there to help you, but it doesn't mean that you have the liberty of reading the entire slides. You need to explain whatever the points are written on the slides. When you are on the concluding paragraph of the presentation, or when you are towards the conclusion, you need to summarize your message. Whatever the key points that you have discussed in your presentation till this moment, you will repeat it once again. And on a positive note, your presentation should always end on the positive note. Audience remember closing remark. So your presentation should have very interesting, very striking conclusion, as the introduction of the presentation is very important, so the conclusion of the presentation as well. So you need to really work on the conclusion as well. So this is all about presentation skills from my side. So if you have any query, you can contact me. Either you can call me or WhatsApp me, or you can mail me on the ID neha.engineering@tmu.ac.in. Thank you so much. ये देखें कैसी बनी है. When you are on the concluding paragraph of the presentation, or when you are towards the conclusion, you need to summarize your message. Whatever the key points that you have discussed in your presentation till this moment, you will repeat it once again. And on a positive note, your presentation should always end on the positive note. Audience remember closing remark. So your presentation should have very interesting, very striking conclusion, as the introduction of the presentation is very important, so the conclusion of the presentation as well. So you need to really work on the conclusion as well. So this is all about presentation skills from my side. So if you have any query, you can contact me. Either you can call me or WhatsApp me, or you can mail me on the ID neha.engineering@tmu.ac.in.